Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Prepared, and welcome back to Bergen. So today we are back in a small plane. We're gonna do a short flight from Bergen down to Stord Sørkjosen, which is just south of Bergen. I thought there was something odd here. Yeah, this is not right. I'm getting the default airport overlaid on the Aerosoft airport. You see the Aerosoft airport is behind here. Oh, Prepared. The joys of flight simulation and the tweaking. How the never-ending tweaking. Whatever. Okay. Honestly, I can't bring myself to care too much, because there's always something. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the walk around. Actually, I was thinking I was gonna do it, but no, let's not do it. Let's just remove the tie downs and all that sort of stuff. And I'll show you the route. That's what I'll do. I'll show you the route that we're planning on doing. So Bergen is here. It's Echo November Bravo Romeo. And if you Stord Sørkjosen, Echo November Sierra Oscar, it's not that far away. And I think the way we're gonna do it is we're pretty much gonna fly directly there. I don't know if we probably don't need the GPS for this flight, so we're more or less gonna just stick a southerly heading on and go there and see if we can find that thing. It's not that hard to find. I've been there before. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not too much to worry about. I think the weather's not horrible, I believe, but we'll see. Along en route, and that's it basically. So let's get this thing going. I guess our master is already on here. Okay, fuel pump. Let's prime the engine. It's been a while since we've flown this. Give it a good 3 strokes, and then turn on both the mags, and we'll turn on the strobe light here, and we'll turn on the rotating beacon, and I'll switch the fuel on. That's such a good idea, actually. Cool, we have power. I was kind of worried that maybe that wouldn't work for us today. Since we're turning to 336. Let's fly without it. Let's see how that goes. And this is our ADF here, so it should actually work just fine.
System test okay.
But let's get the weather.
Echo November Bravo Romeo airport information. Mike 1150 Zulu weather wind 000 at 3 visibility 10 sky condition few clouds at 200 1500 scattered 10,000 scattered temperature 0 dew point 0 QNH 1015 advise on initial contact. You have information. Mike Echo November Bravo Romeo airport information. Mike 1150 Zulu weather wind 000.
Okay, so the wind's coming in from the north. which means we're gonna be taxiing out here, taking a left all the way down, and take up to the north. This airport has a right traffic pattern, and we'll fly out, take a right turn over the city, go down south, head towards our NDB, and yeah, see if that can work for us. And we will depart south. I'm getting very weird double sounds here. Maybe because I have both the speaker and the headphone on in my little mic panel. So yeah, this is Aerosoft Bergen X's version of Flesland. However, as I've just explained to you, it is actually, I have it wrongly configured here. I somehow have double up, and that's because I have Airports of Norway active, and probably, or FTX Norway. I've had so many issues with my scenery library recently. But it's basically not configuring correctly. Let me just actually, let's just see if it's correct in here. Yeah, so again, X, flight time for the libraries, Amsterdam. These are all correct. So this is a good look at what it is that I have installed here. It's quite a lot. So here's Bergen X. It's just above Airports of Norway. Let's just try and move it all the way to the top and see if that makes any difference. I doubt it will. I think there's something in here that's I'm messing it up, but let's just do it anyway. We have the time. Yeah, no, also I'm running Chaseplane. This is my second stream using Chaseplane. And I moved all my configurations over to my HOTAS, so I no longer using the Xbox controller to control the cameras, which is a little bit sad, but I just can't have it sort of crash everything for me whenever the Xbox controller disconnects, which it does, or rather it actually doesn't crash things for me when the Xbox controller disconnects. It crashes everything for me when the Xbox controller reconnects. Then all my other controls seem to sort of lose their place. So I've had a couple of flights that have completely failed just because I turned the Xbox controller back on to control the Chaseplane camera, and that's not viable. So I needed a different option. So yeah, I've mapped them to my HOTAS, and hopefully that will continue to work. It's not as smooth, the animations of the cameras, but they still work just as well. I must say I quite like it. It's a lot easier to work with and a lot less sort of finicky. You can actually adjust the focal focal view of each camera, of each viewpoint, without crashing anything, which you couldn't do in EasyCam. In EasyCam you actually have to, EasyDock, you have to open up the config files and manually edit them in the blind, and the values in the ini files or in the camera files aren't corresponding with the values in the sim, and that was just a major mess. So this is much better. Also really like the effects. I think they seem very good. The way they work, I'm very impressed actually with how good the things like the human breathing and the camera shake, because of the just saw it on the runway earlier here when I started the engine. You can see the camera really shake when you're on the ground, and then as I reduce the RPM, it would be less. So it seems a lot very well sort of tuned to what's going on in the sim, and it's a lot easier to tune it also, I think. Come on. These loading things really take too long, especially when you're having issues. So like fixing something like a simple scenery order issue takes forever. Sorry for the dead air there. I think I just had to sneeze. Come on, 92%. Anyways, there's been a lot going on with Flight Sim lately, and I just kind of struggle even. Yeah, still have the same issues. This is what I thought I would have. I need to fix that. I'm sorry, you Adenson. I have messed up your the showing off your product, but rest assured, it does look really, really good. One thing I'm not too happy with right now is the clouds. I think they look retarded. I really don't like clouds like this. Not a good look. I think we can take off this runway. I don't have to taxi all the way down to the end here. You see the camera shake here. And then could be just radio COM 1 and COM 2 were tuned to the same frequency. That's probably why we're getting that weird triple echo. So one thing that's kind of the good practice, I guess, when you're flying is to keep going in the runway heading even after you take off, which is what I'm trying to do here. So technically you try and you compensate for whatever wind there is, not that there was so much at this point. So you stay, let's see if I can find the top down camera. Yeah, I still need to take this. You stay above, directly above the runway and its heading when you take off. Ah. Still have some kinks to work out in this with Chaseplane. Okay, I think 2,000 feet is probably enough for our climb today. Set east for about 30 seconds until we turn south. It's a good example of how the seasons change in FTX Norway. I think I flew in here yesterday and there was still some green around, and now since it's mid-January, the whole texture pack for the area has changed, and now it's fully white, as if it's been snowing, which it has not this winter in Norway. We have like kind of a green winter here, which is extremely unusual, especially for January. But it is what we have. Lean the mixture a little bit. And set the engine for 2500 RPM. And we're gonna head south until we're sort of past the airport, and this would actually be a good chance to a good example of where you should use the GPS even if you're flying. The GPS is really handy because you can see the airspace. So we're currently in this airspace, yeah, so 2,000 feet. So you want to be above 2,000 feet in this piece of airspace here, which you now currently are. And then out here, what are these? What is this airspace? This is the one we're aiming for. Easier said than done. West Coast TMA, 7,000 feet to 2,000 feet. Yeah, anyways, I'm not gonna pay too much attention to it, but I am gonna pay attention to this. I'm gonna use this for my navigation aid. So as long as I keep that sort of pointing straight up, we're heading straight towards the NDB, which will take us about halfway to Sør-Kysten. Yeah, so I don't know. I like this Chaseplane business. I find it very neat, actually, the way that it's set up. Even the pan, like I'm using at this point, I'm using the hat on my joystick to pan, and it's got a nice dampening to it that I've been able to add. And I'm extremely, I think as I mentioned on my previous stream, I'm extremely excited about sort of the community features of this. I'm so excited about maybe being able to just sort of click and download settings for a plane that are smart. I'm just so sick of configuring everything. That said, it's a lot easier to configure things with Chaseplane than I was with EasyDock. A lot easier. I got the weird rotating clouds. I wonder if that's also something that happened when I updated to the new prepared. I wonder if somehow that setting, because there's a setting now in the config file that deals with rotating clouds. I wonder if that sort of changed a little bit. If that's the other setting, because yeah, this is a egregious. This is not good. looks completely unrealistic when I turn my head. Yeah, it's not in here. So I'm using Aska for clouds here, but I'm using them with the NTex textures. So you can see here I'm getting the sky textures from MTex, and I think I should be getting also this is probably how they did it. MTex created the art packages. Really like them, the MTex clouds, when they get in there properly. So I think these are probably MTex clouds. I'm not sure, but this looks great. This, however, looks really stupid. I don't understand why I'm getting this dumb layer. I really hate that. Give me a fog layer or something. Do I have that enabled in here? Yeah, volumetric clouds. So these islands outside of Bergen are not that heavily populated, even though they're kind of close to a big city. It takes a while to go between them and the city. Well, a lot of people have cabins and stuff out there. It's kind of neat, very pretty, very different from terrain around the city itself too. Much more sort of windswept. Bergen's much more protected. In my next flight, I will actually toy with changing this here. See if I can get rid of that cloud motion effect. Let's see. Let's go check out the map and see how this goes. So I think we're probably getting close to this VOR, more or less. Am I right? If it's at the foot of this fjord, there are some see, we just crossed it. See the NDB crossing there. So from here we have another 15 miles, and we're gonna do it at a straight on, or 113.4. Let's do that. Let's just do the nav. So we'll use the omni bearing selector, and we'll tune it to find what bearing we have to head on. So we have heading 175, and we just copy that over here, and then we'll take us straight to that VOR. I think it's in here somewhere. This is that little channel that the airport is located at. So as you can see here, I've actually imported the camera from my old EasyDock. So let me show you how easy it is to actually fix it. So here we are, and we're in this camera, the rear camera. Let's see, I want to, first of all, I want to tighten up the focal length, so I can do like this. And I want to definitely move the camera, the viewpoint down, so we don't stop clipping the roof. I think I even want to move it forward a little bit, so we are actually sitting in the seat, not. And I want to move it to the left, so I'm sitting behind the pilot. Let's say that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Okay, I might actually move it a little bit back to the right, so we want to clip the door here. Hopefully that's something they'll work on. Is the clipping. It's one thing that I do find very difficult. When that is done, if I want to just like save that camera, all I have to do is click there. Done, and it's saved. It's so easy. Let's say I want to make it bumpier in the back. I can do this. This is bumpier in the back than in the front. Or let's say I want to make the passengers more nervous. I can do that. I can make them more nervous. I can save that. Let's say I want to put a different transition here. Easy buzz in and out. Or I could have it more sinusoidal. Lots of easing curves. You see, it changes how it changes the camera. Okay, let's put it to cubic, that one, and let's just sort of pretty cool, huh? You can actually sort of do that. And here's gimbal, I think. Okay, I couldn't work that, I guess. Yeah, that seemed to have not worked very well. So it's still alpha. So you see if I do that, but when it doesn't work, all you have to do is you start it back up again. You start Chaseplane back up again. And it understands which plane you're in, and it lets you get on with your business. It's just really, really good the way this works. Okay, anyways, so we're still checking out the FTX Norway scenery. We saw some windmills there. I don't know if you noticed them. I did on the left as we were flying in, but as we descend, maybe I'll point out some more stuff in the scenery. As you can see, there's the airport down there. Really neat little airport. Sorry for all the sniffles. I think I am actually getting a bit of a cold. But yeah, I really think FTX Norway looks pretty good in the winter. These clouds look really fantastic. If it weren't for that stupid, dumb, flat layer of clouds. But look at them when they're all cumulusy and great. I guess there should be. Now we do a little circle here and we'll see if we can spot those windmills again. Also think that the way TrackIR works with Chaseplane is a lot better than the way TrackIR worked with the EasyDock. There's no weird exclusions. It's instantly recognized. The true view function works, so you don't have to sort of disable the true view version, the true view feature of EasyDock, which is no, of TrackIR, which you have to do in EasyDock, and let EasyDock use its own sort of true view. I think what true view does, by the way, if you don't understand it, is if I turn my head and I move my head forwards, I still move in the direction of the camera. It's a lot more natural. If I don't have true view enabled, if I turn my head like this and I move my camera in towards the screen like I'm doing right now, it actually moves like this. It moves forward, so it doesn't sort of translate your movements with your movements, or it doesn't sort of add your movements to to the movements you already completed. If that makes any sense. But yeah, in Chaseplane that works, and I really like that. I think I should do some more tweaking as to how the profile works though, because it has some weird sort of dead zone thing that I set up in when I was using it in EasyDock that I kind of almost don't feel like it needs anymore. Yeah, that was the other thing. I have been getting some really weird sort of, like when I've been trying to flare, I've been getting some really weird reactions, and I think it's because I have set too much of a slope in my elevator. So I was actually going to try and remove that. I just forgot to do that, but that's what I will do now. And the same in the ailerons. So now I'm gonna remove that slope, and let's see if I get a more sort of predictable and progressive, not progressive, but a more predictable movement of the aileron. That was FSUIPC, for those of you who don't know what that is. FSUIPC. There you can see the look how nicely it zooms too with Chaseplane. There you can see all the windmills. It's very windy on the west coast. FSUIPC is basically, I don't know, it's a sort of do-it-all program for prepared, but I use it mostly for controlling, for assigning controls to different airplanes, so I can have different buttons do different things for different airplanes, and have different planes behave a little bit differently. Yeah, so now when I remove this curve, I instantly remembered why I added the curve. It's because it's harder to have sort of fine movements, but at the same time maybe it won't give me that sort of weird sort of yoink that I've been getting sometimes when I pass the point of the curve and it sort of starts moving in the other direction. It's a bit too dramatic for me. So another thing I've been looking at is these things called like 45 degrees entries. I don't really know how it works. I've sort of just summarized how it works from watching other YouTubers do this. And I guess the thing is, so this airport has a left traffic pattern. So, and I'm assuming the weather's coming in from the north actually. So you basically want to enter down here. The way you can do that, instead of sort of flying in a straight down like that, you can fly directly over the runway at the pattern altitude at an angle of 45 degrees. Then it gives you really good visibility of everything that's happening all around the traffic pattern. And then when you reach this sort of the corner of the pattern up here, you just turn left and you go land. It's the sort of the shortest way to land. So that's what I'm trying to do, even though I'm very high. So this must be Stord out here. Never been to Stord. One thing that's cool about the west coast of Norway, you get lots of cool sort of boats and buildings. Or there's a ship wharf, I guess. And there I am forgetting to fly the plane. Also have to say, I think the frames with the frame rate with you know what, I haven't had any of those. I usually have big stutters. I usually have big stutters when I fly prepared, and every so often. And maybe I'm imagining things, but I'll definitely keep an eye out for them. I think maybe Chaseplane. Maybe those were EasyDock related. They seem to be kinda gone with Chaseplane. If so, that's worth the price of admission alone, because those stutters have bothered the crap out of me. Okay. Oh, still stutters. That was not the stutter I was thinking about. I also get these sort of like, it's almost a pause. That's what I think might be EasyDock related, not these stutters so much.
500.
Let's see. I could be just imagining things. Beautiful scenery though, huh? So we're trimming up as we're cutting power, so we can slow down and maintain altitude, so we can intercept the glide slope. We're low for the glide slope. The flaps 1 notch. And flaps 2 notches. Add a little bit of power. I don't know how much less jittery this is going to be. I feel like we're already in pretty jittery territory. I'm also really close to pulling the trigger on buying the Yoko the yoke. It's expensive, but I really want a yoke. I'm using the Thrustmaster Warthog, and it's really good for combat sims. It's not a yoke though. I think, you know, you have all that travel, all that sort of granular control that I feel like a joystick just doesn't give you. Yeah. Let's see if this changing the curve settings really helped me or hurt me. Right now I'm feeling like it hurt me. Let's see. Here we go. Ah, it's a nice landing. Not quite centerline, but nice-ish. Look, we have a fun AI here. So once again, this is Airports of Norway doing its thing, and we are at Stord and Airports of Norway. The freeware project is modeling the airport with custom buildings. And we have a Simber Air machine here. I think Danish Air Transport, ATR 42. I'm using the Stord Lufthavn, Sørstokken. Yeah, I'm using the other models, not the ones that came with Ultimate Traffic 2, because Ultimate Traffic 2's ATRs look like Tonka toys. They look terrible. This one looks decent. Well, anyways, that's it. I guess we made it to Stord. Another chapter in the FTX Norway tour is concluded. Nice looking scenery. I like the little wood paneling on that hangar. Pretty nice. Really beautiful location. I think this would be a great place to take the Q400 in or out of. Very cool. Anyways, at any rate, that's it for today. I thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, anything you want, and I'll try to respond. If you have any questions as to settings I'm using, software I'm using, anything like that, go ahead and let me know. And more videos will be coming your way. Okay, bye bye.